Hi, I'm Greg Lotko. It's my privilege to welcome you all to the Share 2021 Virtual Summit. I'm delighted that you could join us today. You know, as I was planning what to cover in this session, it occurred to me that most keynotes tend to be about what the speaker wants to talk about. We're going to do something a bit different here. I want to focus on what's important to you. That's actually a big part of what we do at Broadcom. It's about partnering with you, our customers, listening to you, understanding your goals and your challenges, and then coming up with ways that you can gain even greater value from your mainframe to overcome those challenges and achieve your goals. So let's talk about what you want to hear from us. No surprise. Over the past year, a topic that's been on everyone's best of lists is how the heck do businesses stay on top of all the changes taking place in the market and the IT landscape. Every single industry has had to discover new and often better ways to do business, from how we engage customers and collaborate with each other to how we deliver goods and services. Pretty much every business and government entity around the globe has had to redefine processes and shift priorities. We're all learning new ways to keep pace, to meet continually growing customer expectations, to increase efficiency and improve performance, and do all of it securely. It's a lot. The pressure on IT has never been greater. We've spoken with literally hundreds of IT leaders about how the mainframe has been a big part of the equation, providing the backbone they require to scale their digital capabilities and set themselves up to stay ahead of or even overtake their competitors. Now, prior to COVID, organizations were already facing many of these same challenges. But in a lot of cases, the pandemic has made the need for improvements in how businesses build and manage their hybrid IT environments, including the mainframe, even greater. And throughout the year, our teams at Broadcom have been engaging with customers, asking questions, and partnering to provide solutions to your most pressing challenges. For example, last year, like you, we participated in lots of virtual conferences. During a group chat after a session for one of those conferences, I noticed that a customer I've developed a good relationship with was asking for some pointers on how she could improve her company's development process. So I jumped in. As we talked, she shared a bit more about what was going on in her organization. She said that from a development perspective, they weren't necessarily worried about building a lot of new applications right now. They were mainly focused on maintaining their existing business critical systems. And because these apps rely on the mainframe, she said their biggest challenge was getting a full view of their development lifecycle across all platforms, including the mainframe. For her team, testing was the most time-consuming portion and their biggest bottleneck. They simply couldn't get it all done, and she needed to figure out a way to get more productivity out of her development teams. On top of that, some of her best talent had recently announced plans for retirement. It happens. But it certainly didn't help matters. We discussed Broadcom's open-first approach to Devops and how it would allow her developers to use their tools of choice, from the best mainframe tools to the most popular off-platform tools, and in the process, expand the pool of talent available to her. Take a look at this brief video clip. Hayden Lindsay, who heads up engineering and architecture at Broadcom, discusses how an open approach to DevOps is helping organizations modernize their mainframe development processes in important ways, speeding software delivery and increasing developer productivity.
Is there a way to combine the tried and true mainframe tools with modern DevOps tools and practices? The answer, as I'm sure you would guess, is yes, absolutely. Our approach, which we call Open First, is about opening up the tools on the mainframes with APIs. This makes for easy integration with the modern tools on other platforms. An important enabling technology is Zoe. It provides a command line interface that allows developers or system administrators to invoke services on the mainframe in exactly the same manner as they would invoke services on other platforms. Opening up and leveraging the mainframe is the fastest, least costly, and least risky way to deliver new innovation for the business you serve.
Okay, it's not as action-packed as the next Marvel movie trailer, but Hayden makes some pretty good points there. And that clip was just one of the dozens of sessions available to you in the Share On Demand library. And there are dozens more scheduled in the technical sessions over the course of the summit. Now, I know that even with all these resources, it can be a challenge to find the time to sort through the options and get to the right one, or two, or three, or more, that might be a perfect fit for the information you need. So to make things a little more fun, we've put together MainframeFLIX with sneak peeks of some of the educational videos you can binge on throughout the month. Come on, let's get more comfortable. I know there are some of you out there who are just trying to stay laser focused and get into a very particular topic. That's great. Find that one title that speaks to you and hit play. For others, you may want to watch the whole series, including the sequels and the prequels. Grab a bucket of popcorn, kick back, and settle in for your own mainframe movie marathon. You can watch in whatever order you want, when you want. The only guide needs to be where you see value. And at the end of this session, I'll share how you can win some cool new Broadcom prizes simply by watching and learning. Now, that customer I was talking to you about, I caught up with her recently. Members of her development team are now using Git Native Visual Studio Code as their IDE to debug their key applications that rely heavily on the mainframe. She made a point to mention that several of those team members had just recently graduated. This was their first job, and they had no mainframe experience prior to that. She and I were impressed. Now, talk about hitting the ground running. Her organization managed to quickly onboard the new mainframe tools and talent, and she's not alone, not by a long shot. Here's another MainframeFLIX trailer, this one with Deb Carbo, Broadcom's Vitality Program executive sponsor, discussing how you can build your mainframe talent pool through Broadcom's Vitality and education programs.
At Broadcom, we want you and your teams to be successful. So we're providing easy access to all of our mainframe education. We've organized our education programs in two categories. The first group is for those brand new to the mainframe, and the second is for those who need to expand their knowledge. This is to help your experienced people. Our goal is to help you address your critical skills and to get the most out of your mainframe investment. Also, we have our Vitality program, an innovative approach that contributes newly trained mainframe talent to you at your data center. With the Mainframe Vitality program, we develop customized trainings that target specific job roles that you require to manage your mainframe and to be successful.
Feedback from customers and residents has been overwhelmingly positive. More than 65 participants have now completed the program. Most of them are already working at customer accounts, bringing value. And the others are ready to be placed as soon as COVID restrictions are lifted. In a lot of our other conversations, we've had customers tell us that DevOps plus security is becoming a bigger focus for them. A common request we're hearing more and more is that they want developers to be able to check credentials and authenticate access when making API calls. In fact, we're seeing organizations taking security more seriously in general, especially after recent breaches such as the one we've all seen in the headlines with SolarWinds. Not surprisingly, this came up during a recent virtual briefing with one of our customers. He was talking to us about an initiative his company was taking to modernize and strengthen their mainframe security posture. He needed real-time security updates for compliance audits, a common focus. But as we talked, it became clear that the thing he really wanted was a way to make security reporting as self-service as possible, an approach where auditors and others could be entitled to the information they needed so security teams could catch a break and not get overloaded. We actually hear the same desire from a lot of customers. They want to simplify and reduce manual efforts and get their security teams out of the business of running reports. Allow those who need the information to run the security reports themselves. This frees security teams up to focus on improving the actual security posture and push forward on steps to extend zero trust onto the mainframe. Here's another favorite from our MainframeFLIX collection on that theme. This trailer, featuring our security compliance executive, Stuart McIrvin, goes into some of the approaches organizations can take to meet their security and compliance objectives.
The mainframe for decades has been an essential platform in our businesses, and even in today's hybrid IT world, it continues to add significant value to our businesses. Increased connectivity, right, opens us up to more and more threats and makes the mainframe more vulnerable than it was decades ago. One of the biggest areas that we've invested in recently is around security insights. What we are doing here is we are taking the information from all these critical security tools that are on the platform and correlating that information to give you true insights into what's going on in the mainframe platform. Let us come in and provide assessments for you, help you understand where your most critical risks are, what gaps you need to fill, and more importantly, how you need to fill those gaps.
With security, asking questions is critical because there are so many components that factor in. The same is true with operations. An insurance customer we've been working with told us about how their competitor had recently made a strong play to gain market share with a new customer-friendly front-end insurance application. Our customer had been looking into new apps as well, but his innovation budget was tight, and he was having trouble finding the right people to help on the development side. Sound familiar? And to round things out, he was also being pressed to show gains in performance and efficiency. Just the right mix to keep things interesting. Turns out he had the tools and technologies he needed right in front of him. He just needed help seeing the solutions and tapping into their value. This predicament isn't unique, and neither is the solution. Many IT teams monitor and automate in a siloed fashion, cut off from data and value that resides in other parts of the organization. It's like operating with one arm tied behind your back. The silos actually work against the ability of different teams to detect, diagnose, and act on complex issues in a proactive manner. That can create a drag on performance and efficiency, cutting into budgets and slowing innovation in the process. Take applications that span hybrid environments with mobile, distributed, cloud, and mainframe services. If everyone's working in a silo, issues are going to be discovered too late to avoid business impact. The fact is, there's no single tool that does everything for everybody. And you definitely don't want to rip and replace all of your existing IT monitoring and management solutions. So what do? Well, the answer is to apply augmented intelligence and machine learning to your operations, AI Ops. As we found opportunities to apply the benefits of AI Ops, we partnered with our customer to embrace on an open approach, one that builds on existing investments. Here's a brief trailer that goes a bit further into those benefits an open AI Ops model can deliver.
Every business that we talk to is going digital. And every business wants to deliver these flawless experiences out to their customers. This digital transformation is pushing on IT ops like never before. When we talk to IT ops organizations, they say that it's overwhelming. There's too much data. We're talking about an 88% increase year over year there's this approach called AI Ops. This brings together big data, analytics, machine learning, and automation to address these challenges. At Broadcom, we focus on key outcomes in IT to help you analyze faster, being able to reduce that remediation time and drive efficiency day to day. We want to help you anticipate problems. Being able to have insight into what's coming is the key to delivering that excellent digital experience. But it's not the only thing. Everyone out there wants to automate wherever possible to reduce the amount of effort, to free up time from those experts to go work on the bigger problems, to minimize errors. AI Ops is a journey. It's all about continuous improvement. You want to figure out where to start, but the path forward is different for every organization. There's no one size fits all. We look forward to partnering with you on your AI Ops journey.
If this strikes a chord, be sure to check out the opening session on March 9th, where Citi will share how they're using AI Ops to transform their enterprise command center and gain a more holistic view of business services across their hybrid IT landscape. Now, speaking of hybrid, everyone wants to talk about cloud, right? It's like shouting, "Squirrel!" Heads pivot immediately. A customer was recently telling us about how her new CIO gave her marching orders to move everything to a cloud strategy. She's had some challenges getting that new CIO to understand the important role the mainframe plays in a hybrid cloud world. Now, I know she's not alone. Haven't we all been hearing this rhetoric for a while now? Whatever the topic, the answer is cloud. But what's really the question? What business outcome are you trying to drive? What capability are you trying to deliver? I sat down with Ray Wang to discuss a range of topics, including cloud. This next clip, one of my personal favorites, not because it's me, but because of Ray, shares some insights from that interview.
Right, so the trends are there. We talked about them: agile, security, skills, automation. But here's the thing. My clients are cloud. Your clients are mainframe.
Everybody wants to talk about cloud, right? Cloud, we talked about history at the beginning of this, right? First it was this technology, then it was that technology, then the next one. And every subsequent technology was going to be the be-all, end-all. Cloud is fabulous for certain workloads and certain capabilities that you want to put out there. But, you know, just as we talk through history that these other technologies haven't gone away, they've continued to be invested in, I don't believe the future is about all cloud. It isn't this platform or that platform or cloud. It's this and cloud. How do you leverage the strengths and technologies of each platform to work together to drive the best outcome? It's always fun to talk with Ray. The full interview is available in the on-demand library. If you have time, you should check it out. You may also like Ray's Ready for the Unexpected video. Here's a brief clip of his discussion on how leading executives are navigating uncertainty.
Hi, I'm Ray Wang with Constellation Research. The top questions that boardrooms are asking, executives are asking, is how do we prepare for business continuity planning, resiliency, being more agile, and thinking about how we manage short-term requirements along with long-term strategy and strategic decisions. We have seen so much change in such a short time that we have to question how our infrastructure is set up, how our planning is, and more importantly, being ready for these unexpected times. We can go through a framework that's really built on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. There's a business version of Maslow's hierarchy of needs that works the same way. At the very bottom is regulatory compliance. Keep me safe, keep me sheltered, make so no one goes to jail, right? The next level up, operational experience, operational excellence. And what we try to do there is making sure for every dollar we invest, we save you 2, 3. And that layer of operational efficiency is crucial. We spend a lot of time doing that. And then, of course, we think about revenue and growth. Well, in most cases, and especially in times of crisis, we tend to focus on the bottom two. There's always money to address regulatory issues and operational efficiency. But in order to be successful, you have to flip the pyramid. And this is really about thinking about new ways of agile development using new types of development tools. And more importantly, it's thinking about where you can actually take the mainframe to the next level with new types of tools, opening it up to new types of resources, and of course, new types of developers and communities. So we now know what's in front of us. The question is, are you ready to act? And are you ready to be prepared? The time is now to actually reinvest in your mainframe. The time is now to actually reinvest in your business priority. And more importantly, the time is now to prepare for the unexpected.
This was just a brief preview of the MainframeFLIX available to you throughout the month. Our team at Broadcom has created a lot of great new educational content this past year, ranging from strategic discussions to deep dive tutorials on how to solve some of your biggest technical challenges. Our focus is on helping you be successful and having some fun along the way. So we want to reward you simply for learning more about the mainframe. We invite you to play Watch, Learn, and Earn. It's easy. It works like this. Simply watch our Broadcom sessions, play the game, and earn your prize pack, which includes a pair of these really cool lounge pants. You can access the game from our Broadcom share site. And now's the point where you'll need to have your phone ready. Here's a QR code to make it easy for you to link to that page. The page also includes a full list of all the great educational content from Broadcom. Now, for those gamers out there, here's your first cheat code for the game. What is Broadcom's primary focus? The answer is partnering with our customers to amplify the value of their mainframe. There you have it, the answer to the first question, and you're off and running toward a new high score, or in this case, a new pair of lounge pants. That cheat code, a quick Q&A, is actually an appropriate way to bring this session to a close. Questions and answers. Better yet, a conversation to find new options or discover new ways forward. That's a big part of what partnership is about, helping you find answers to your questions. The examples and videos we discussed give you a good start, but they're really just that, a starting point for a more focused and ongoing discussion. So reach out, give me or anyone on our team a call. We'll help you get more value from your mainframe. It might be in the form of a solution through one of our Beyond Code offerings like the Vitality program or security assessment. I'm confident you can get more value from your mainframe with our help. That's what partnership is all about. All you have to do is ask. Thank you, be safe, and be well.
MainframeFLIX, take 5.
How do I like my popcorn? With butter and lots of salt.